Can we talk about you getting your fucking finger out of my face before I shove it up your ass? Yeah. This is the second half of crazy. It was a particularly long day. It was a particularly rough day. Normally, I don't get this many crazies one after another out there. Today I did. Well, you know, I'm not going to apologize for me blowing up or how I handle them. You try it. You try going out on those streets for 6 and 7 hours and being called names and putting up with the crap and the stupidity and come back and show me how well you handle it. So, but this is me, and you know, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch the damn channel. But along the way, got to speak to some good people, you know. Psychiatrist came in there who qualified Trump derangement syndrome. I don't know. As I say, it's just probably going to get stranger and stranger and stranger out there. And I'm just giving it to you as it comes. I mean, I'm just editing these past couple of days just exactly how it came at me when I, you know. So I'm just rolling with it. So, you know, you know what to do. If you like it, you subscribe. And if you like it, you like it. And you care, you share. And if you can contribute. That's what you do. All right. I'll see you on the flip end of this.
I think he's a narcissistic type of individual. I think he's kind of sick, to be honest with you.
I think how?
I think, you know. Well, I think that Trump is for certain Americans. I don't believe he is for all.
So the lowest black unemployment, the lowest Latino employment, the most women working. Stock market's up. We got 3.6 yesterday employment. 401ks are up. He's pumped money into the economic zones.
Let me tell you something. I know a lot of blacks, and these jobs that you're talking about are not given to African Americans. African Americans are struggling. I come here every year.
That's because the Democrats let in the illegal immigrants that compete for your jobs.
Well, no.
What do you mean, no?
I don't think.
How can you support a coward?
Who's a coward?
He is.
He's a coward.
How's he a coward?
Now, in Vietnam, that son of a bitch had bone spurs.
Honestly, in the 21st century, you know, Trump brings out this message, make America great. I'm looking at you. America's always been great by corruption, wrongdoing, because if you think about where we didn't get where we are by doing anything righteous. We got where we are by undermining people, slavery, you know.
We ended slavery.
Yeah, you ended it
We ended slavery.
Yeah, you ended it after.
We ended slavery.
Yeah, you ended after you lost the war. It wasn't your choice.
And who started the slavery? Democrats. Who had the Jim Crow? Democrats. Who had segregation? Democrats.
I hope Trump's ass is out of here.
Wait a second. I'm bringing up the things that Democrats did.
I hope Trump is out of here.
Democrats had the slavery.
And I hope people
Democrats started the KKK.
You realize
and I hope
the party
people like
shifted,
you,
right?
I hope people like you out of here too, man, because you guys are not right for America.
Shifted, right?
Trump is a racist.
The party shifted.
Yeah, to being hypocrites.
What about this thing where you
to be complete hypocrites?
The party shifted.
And a guy just came by and accused me of being a racist because I'm white.
He says, "Hey, you're white. You're a racist." How? Now that right there is racist.
I don't know how anyone could support Trump at all.
Why? Because of the economy? How about the fact that
I wouldn't support
how's he a criminal? How's he a criminal?
He's using the office of the president to benefit himself and his family.
He's not taking any. None of his family's taking any pay. None of his family taking any pay. You moron.
I don't think you guys see the real picture. I think you guys
You're the one walking away from the conversation.
see how angry you're getting. You're just like Trump. You're angry.
I hope I'm like Donald Trump. I hope I'm angry at the people that are stealing our country. I hope I'm still angry at the people that are destroying my country. The racists, the bigots, the hypocrites that they are.
No. You guys are the racists and the bigots and the hypocrites. America's built on hypocrisy. What are you talking about?
There you go. You see, you are the one that's tearing down America. You just tore it down.
I'm just telling you what America is.
You just tore it down. You're just sitting here talking about how bad this country is.
It is terrible. It is terrible.
There you are.
You're uplifting.
There you are. How bad it is.
You're uplifting a country.
You're living in a country with abundance. Look at this abundance.
Why are you so
Look at this abundance, and you're bitching about it. You're walking around. You got the iPhone.
Wait. This conversation between you and me. Why are you so loud and boisterous? Why?
Because I can't get past your talking. You keep on talking bullshit.
You're just angry.
I told you I'm angry because you're talking bullshit. You're living in abundance and you're bitching about it.
You in America.
We got jobs aplenty. We got a great economy and you're bitching about it. Bitch. That's all liberals do. Bitch. That's all you do. You wake up bitching. This is the greatest country in the world, and you're calling it a piece of, and you're saying it's lousy. Where the hell do you get off with that? Is Trump derangement syndrome an actual?
No. I mean, that's just crazy. No, it's just, no.
I mean, it is a clinically, there's something wrong with these people.
Something is wrong with these people, but it's not, Trump didn't do it to them. They did it to themselves.
What's done it? What do you think is that spurred this? Because I'm out here and I deal with it every day.
I think it's learned helplessness. Is that the way that generation of kids has been raised? Everything is done for them. They don't want to go to school. Mom says you don't have to go to school. They don't want to get a job. Parents give them a bunch of money. I mean, a variety of different things.
I kind of think it's a combination of things between what you just brought up, the constant propaganda, the schools, of course, and they're just growing up in affluence and not understanding what real
struggle is. Yep, right.
Is that pretty good
yeah,
there?
Yeah.
As a street store psychologist, am I doing all right?
Yeah.
All right, great. Yeah, I'm constantly running into that here, and I wish I was better at sometimes being able to communicate, but I know I'm not a professional. I blow my top at these idiots because I just put up with so much of it. It's crazy. But here's this is a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton for you. It's good for any crime in the world.
That's so funny. My dad will love this.
I love it. This is awesome. You're awesome.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Oh, so she's a psychologist from Texas.
Oh, psychologist.
What do you do back there? What do you do in Texas?
I run a police and fire and EMT academy at a college.
Very good. How's recruitment going? I mean, I can't imagine that too many guys want to go in the way they're treating cops.
Believe it or not, you are correct. You're correct. Enrollment is down.
Yes.
Right. Because you're either getting shot and killed by the bad guy or beat up by the good people. Well, I say good people.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I obviously am a magnet for military and police out here.
Yeah.
And and the way they're just coming down on. And thank God he loves police.
Yeah. Well, no, I agree, and I tell you that's the thing it is hard to find young people who want to get into it because they've been brainwashed up until that point, and then if they haven't been brainwashed, haven't been taught to work.
Right,
Ethic
right.
isn't where it used to be, and
I hear this all the
walk
time.
in and they're like, well, why don't I get to do the things the sergeant would do?
Thank you.
Because you have to work to earn that.
God, I hear this conversation constantly from small business owners and everybody.
It kills him. My dad's the same way. He had a small business.
Yeah.
Just trying to find anybody that wanted. He said, you come to me with your hat in hand saying I want a job, so I give you one. You don't want to work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
And then they want like what the seniority people already have. Like, give me that because they have it.
I didn't work, but I showed up.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Amazing.
We'll be back.
Oh, here's another guy that's unappreciative of good economy, unappreciative of
man. I ain't got
unappreciative of how everything's working. How
when he's locked up in a couple months.
for what? For what? What's he going to be locked up for? There, genius. Explain that to me, will you? What's he going to be locked up for? What's he going to be all locked up for?
You want to take a picture too?
What's he going to be locked up for? Come on, explain it to me, genius.
I don't need to.
No, you can't. That's why. You can't.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. That's what everything I hear from a liberal. They can't back up anything they say. They have no reason why they don't know why they don't like this guy. You can't back up anything. You got nothing, pal. Nothing. You got nothing in your head and you got nothing in your soul. Nothing. 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 You're nothing, man. You got nothing. You got the energy to talk to me from there, but you ain't got the energy to explain to me why this man should be in jail. You haven't got the clue what you're talking about. No, you hate him because you can't. You're a moron. You're a moron. You really are a moron. You're a moron. What would he go to jail for, sir?
What did he go to jail for?
Yep.
All his pals have went to jail, haven't they?
No, all his pals haven't gone to jail. No, unless you want to talk about the trumped-up charges from the deep state that we have. Are you a big fan of the deep state?
I am a big fan of anything Democrat. And I
Really? So you're a big fan of like sexual predators. You're a big fan of racism.
No, that don't happen.
It doesn't happen?
No.
Oh, what about Katie Hill? What about that kid predator that just had to resign? What about Harvey Weinstein? What about that predator? Can we talk about that predator, Harvey Weinstein? Can we talk about the Clintons and that rapist? Can we talk about you getting your fucking finger out of my face before I shove it up your ass?
Oh, not so bad.
You can't.
Let me explain to you how this conversation's going to go, because I have these conversations often.
Good.
Yeah, and this is how the conversations are going to go. I ask usually for what, and then it starts out with all the illegal stuff, and then I'll go, can you be specific and name any one of those illegal things? And you'll go, well, there's way too many of them to mention. And I'll go again, and I'll ask.
Just one.
Okay.
You cannot use politics for personal gain.
When did he do that?
This whole Ukraine stuff, it's like...
So Joe Biden then should be in jail, right?
I don't care. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
When did Trump do that?
What he did was try to leverage...
No, he asked, but let me tell you what he tried to do. Because the origination of the whole hoax thing on Russia started with the Ukraine, right? With the whole, so he asked, could you look into? Oh, yes, no. I do this for a living. I study this stuff.
Well,
I know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. So he asked, could you look into the origins of this? Because it's his obligation.
Meanwhile, holding up $400 million worth of approved aid,
which the president of the Ukraine said didn't happen.
That's not what he said.
Yes, he did. He said there was no pressure. That's the president of Ukraine said that. Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Well, yet our ambassador didn't say that.
Oh, we don't know that yet because everything's been in secret.
Oh, and it's coming out. Baby, it's coming out.
It's been leaked out, but everything's been done in secret. They only leak out what they want.
Republicans and Democrats in the same room.
No, they've been keeping the Republicans out. That's why they had to rush in. That's why they had to rush in.
No, that was different. That was completely different.
What was different about it?
They let the Republicans in, they just didn't let them ask the questions.
Yeah, that's another good thing. Is that there's another good thing is that little cleavage they put in there where Schiff can go ahead and deny who can be any witnesses from Trump or in his defense. So it's like a star chamber kind of a deal, which it's more in tune with what Soviet Russia would have done or North Korea, which seems to be the modus operandi of the Democrats now. All of a sudden the deep stater's their friend.
And the flag is their friend. All of a sudden.
Yeah.
And the Constitution is their friend all of a sudden.
Yeah. Which they have never followed or still don't follow. Yeah. Amazing.
It's coming out. I'm looking forward to
it. Just like Russia fell on its face, just like Stormy Daniels fell on its face, just like everything you guys tried has fallen on its face.
I'm a middle of the roader.
Then you'll fall on your face in the middle of the road.
The transcript's already out, so it doesn't really matter what somebody thinks they heard.
The redacted transcript is already out. That's
wrong.
Yeah, it's
wrong.
It's available. It's available.
You can make up your own mind. You don't have to listen to other people tell you what to think. But unfortunately, Democrats can't do that.
Well, I don't think there's anybody with even a 7th grade education who believes Adam Schiff has an honest bone in his body.
That guy.
I saw a hat recently. Re-elect this motherfucker. Do you have that hat?
Oh, I'm going to get him. I love it. I know. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I've already got most of these. Keep up the good work.
All right, brother. Here's a get-out-of-jail-free card from Hillary Clinton. This is good for any crime in the world.
That's good. I like it.
So I've had some people ask about you, Larry.
Who?
Some of my viewers want to know, who's that guy that's always hanging out in the background?
That was a crazy guy that hangs around once in a while.
Yeah, I told them that you were my spiritual advisor.
You could do worse.
Hello. If you'd like to leave anything in the Bulletproof Vest Fund, it's always appreciated. Any small donation for the picture you're taking.
Anything a little good.
I've got change.
That's going on.
Good God Almighty! What the fuck is that? Permanently Halloween.
You're always haunted. In more ways than one.
Here you are living in abundance, carrying around a $100 cell phone, and you're bitching. That's what you do. You bitch. That's what Democrats and liberals do. They bitch. Living in abundance and you bitch. Then you walk away like the coward you are. Everything they do is projection.
Exactly. All these closed door meetings they have. Adam Schiff, he should be locked up.
I know.
I hate him.
Yeah, I mean, the conversations, I can tell you how they go. Whether they come up and start talking. It's because it's like they have a limited intelligence and they only repeat. They don't have an original thought. So I know what they're going to say before they say it.
Right. It's pretty crazy. I mean, we got record low unemployment. You know,
I know.
Minority unemployment's at the lowest ever. People call him a race. I go, he's got a funny way of showing it, man. So because minority unemployment's at its lowest, he's let so many black people out of jail. He's helped reform the prison system, but he's a racist. He's got a funny way of showing it, man.
I had a guy come by today call me a racist. I go, how am I a racist? Well, you're white.
Yeah.
I go, well, that right there's a racist statement.
Because their liberal professors told him that minorities can't be racist. I'm like, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. I'm big time into politics. I mean, I have to be. I mean,
you gotta be.
You want to take the Second Amendment? That idiot, what's his from Houston? What's his name? From the president, Beto. You're gonna come? I said, well, good luck. Try to take my AR-15.
Who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
I must have asked 100 policemen. I've asked one. If they pass a law, a red flag law, or anything, come take our guns. Hell no.
Now, good luck. I don't know how many millions and millions of just AR-15s are on the country.
Yes.
Good luck. You know, we're the most. The people in the United States are the most heavily armed. If we were military, we'd be the most heavily armed military in the world. So, and they go, well, I hate that's a liberal argument. Should you be able to have a nuclear weapon? I go, come on, you retarded. They just stop it. And they say, what's for hunting? No. Our forefathers put the Second Amendment in for exactly the Democrats. It's ironic because they put it in because they thought that was going to happen.
You know what's scaring me though? Is the AI robotic technology.
Yeah.
China working on nano drones.
Yeah.
With facial recognition.
Right.
That can just literally fly into our bodies and explode.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you defend against that?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You're awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna go to your website and everything, and this is my last day here. I gotta go home, but man, I wish I'd have come down here early. I've been here a week. Wish I'd come down here earlier, but I had to come shake your hand, sir. It's good meeting you. Keep it up. And if he loses, I tell everybody, if he loses, the only reason he's gonna lose is they're gonna rig the election. They're gonna try to rig it.
Yeah, but then you'll see the revolution.
It's amazing, because Hillary rigged it against Bernie, the primaries against Bernie.
But there's more support for him now than there was in 16. So there's no.
But they do their polls, and all I know is every rally he fills up every stadium. There's overflow.
So who are you going to believe? Your own eyes?
Exactly. Those polls are bullshit.
You got it.
All right, man.
All right, brother, man.
Keep it up, man.
It's like Mississippi with an open container law.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
How you doing?
You must be from North Dakota, man, because, you're just walking around in skin, man.
Well, it just feels good.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't have a costume, so,
Yeah, well, any costume shop or, get on eBay.
It's true.
It's not hard.
What are you looking at, man?
Reading.
Yeah. Which one do you like?
He is a horrible, horrible man.
Why? How's he horrible?
In every way. Everything he
See,
says
that's all I ever get from liberals is just, why don't you explain to me? Yeah, give me a detail.
Get out of here.
No, give me a detail.
Grabs you by the pussy.
Oh, you see, that's it. That's the only language you ever get from you morons. Welcome to my world.
What was that? What just happened just now?
A couple idiots came by and tried to,
Why do you
insult me.
Why do you think they're idiotic?
Because they knew what they said. I mean, the conversation, I can go through. I can go through them how they work. They come by, they say he's horrible. I go, how's he horrible? Because he's an idiot. Or how's he an idiot? So they never get specific. It's always, and that's, could you explain it before they can explain? Someone comes along, drags them off before they can get articulate or specific on it.
I mean, we could look at some of his quotes. He has some pretty fantastically stupid quotes.
Well, it depends. That's all subjective too. Some of the quotes are taken out of context, so you can look at it that way. Some of them he uses to go ahead and trigger or bait other people, because he's great at that. He knows how to go ahead and rattle cages. So
what's the when is rattling a cage like?
a good tactical choice.
Sometimes it's a good thing to do. I mean, you got to understand, we've got a corrupt state right now. We've got a deep state that's trying to go ahead and subvert what, any powers that the people have had. It's been around for a long time. So he wasn't supposed to be in there. You understand, almost every president we've had for a long time, it's just been cookie cutters for the deep state. They do the deep state bidding. So people were the reason he got in because he wasn't a politician. I mean, Joe the plumber could have ran because people were sick of the same old bullshit.
True. I agree with that. He was elected basically because he wasn't a politician.
Indeed, there was a lot of it. I mean, because he wasn't the same old. I mean, I had guys come up to me here that were in their 50s and 60s. I've never voted for anybody in my life because I never saw any reason to, because they were all the same. I'm voting for him first time in my life. I think that was kind of like the X factor that got him in, because they were off the radar. And that's, so people, he resonated with people. The working guy, he goes out and speaks to the working people. So it worked. And now that he's in, because he's not part of the club, they're trying everything they can to do to get rid of him. I mean, he's not part of that corrupt system. Why does he have so many enemies? I mean, you had McLaughlin yesterday talk with Brennan, he's talking to Brennan. He's like, thank God for the deep state. It's like, what?
Yeah, you're right.
What? So, in other words, we're supposed to worship a bunch of bureaucratic agencies that have no accountability to anybody?
Isn't there some isn't there inspector generals, there are oversight groups?
Oh, and they're not corrupted?
Well, why? Well, I mean, maybe to some degree, but why would you assume that?
Maybe to some degree. To what degree is okay?
Well, ideally, no corruption is what you want. But when you say corruption, what do you mean by corruption?
Well, I'm saying that people that are entrenched and sold out to. I mean, there's two things. There are two schools right now.
So usually, corruption has incentive, right? So it's usually it's you're corrupted to enrich yourself in some capacity.
Yeah. Well, let me give you the big overall bigger picture here in this. In the lexicon now that's come out in the past few years is nationalism and globalism. 10 years ago, that wasn't so much in there.
I actually like globalism because I'm a pro-free trade.
Well, that does, you understand, you can have nationalism, still have free trade.
Sure, but I mean, I was specifically saying about globalism. I like globalism because I'm pro-free trade. And
but again, but you can have free trade and free market with nationalism. Globalization tends to centralize power.
What do you mean by nationalism?
Nationalism,
state-controlled of industries?
No. Please look up I mean, our whole nation grew off of nationalism. Every nation that has ever been great grew off
nationalism, like pride in your country type thing.
Thank you. Yeah, that's close to it.
That's more of a social thing than a government instituted thing, right?
No.
So how would you government institute nationalism?
Well, understand that every time, let me explain this if I can. When you start centralizing power, that's why when you have these economic blocks like the EU or the North American Union and all that, they start forming economic blocks.
But they also, in a lot of ways, actually they're actually unfreeing blocks because they're actually allowing for more free trade. The European Union is effective because it actually opens up
it's centralizing power to corporations that are multi-span. They have no allegiance to any country.
But the main focus is economic. The main focus is to actually free up
for
market.
them, not for the individual countries.
Well, it's if you see economics as a single-sum game, sure, but I think that there's not like when someone wins, someone else loses. The best thing about free markets is that trade actually benefits both parties.
But free markets doesn't happen with monopolies. When you centralize the powers,
monopolies are bad. But I just mean things like the European Union actually like open up more trade within the countries, because that's why we have like NAFTA and things like that. It's more about opening up trade instead of having these barriers among trade.
NAFTA destroyed jobs here.
What's that?
NAFTA destroyed jobs.
Well, it does destroy some jobs.
Not some, it destroyed a lot of jobs.
But like also some of those jobs weren't viable from the first place. I mean, like a certain point.
Not to the people I've talked to that lost them.
I know, but there's also like free market like also like opens up other jobs. So some people lose jobs for sure, but I'm not for like protecting industries that need to be propped up by the government in order to survive. And tariffs are essentially that, or like barriers to trade are basically propping up industries that are.
Our country started out with tariffs. Matter of fact, we had no income tax. Our entire federal government ran off of tariffs.
Yeah, and we did way better when we actually reduced tariffs. Like we started off that way, but economically we had these huge.
No, we thrived under that. We thrived under it. Our first 100 years was boom.
So like, are you pro free trade in general?
Yes,
but
it's got to be. You got to keep your national. In other words, the closer you get to governance, being able to control the governance, the better we have. Because the more centralized government you have, the less power we have.
What you're advocating for is actually more centralized government, because you're asking for governments to step in and impose restrictions on trade. So it's actually advocating for larger government, because you're actually reducing people's ability to make their own economic decisions, because you're putting barriers on barriers on trade.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah, you're putting barriers on trade. Like,
I mean, back when I was a hippie,
I'm for the free movement of labor and capital. Peace out, man. And I think that tariffs are just essentially a tax passed down on the people, because inevitably when you put tariffs, you have to increase prices, and that's just passed on to the consumer. So tariffs are essentially a tax. If you do a tariffs for like a political goal, I can understand, like pressuring nations that are doing things we don't like what they're doing. So to some extent I do understand like some tariffs, but ultimately it's to achieve an end. If you're not going to achieve an end, you're making people push to go to get business from other countries. Like right now, because of like our trade war, there's a lot of countries that are just changing up their trade policies and more engaging with other countries, and we're going to have a hard time rebuilding those economic
You're obviously like to read. You're an educated person.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah, well, it shows. I mean, at least you've got some intelligent arguments there.
I try.
Yeah, more than I normally get. There's a lady that came by here 4 years ago, a little black lady, right? Mm-hmm. And we started talking, and she gave a class for about an hour to anybody that stopped and listened, and how Obama completely screwed up the economy. I said, who the hell are you? She goes, I'm Professor Iris Mack.
I don't know who that is. But.
Well, she's a Tulane professor, physics mathematician.
Oh.
She worked for MIT, Harvard.
Wait, sorry.
Oh, yeah, sure. Make business.
I'll talk to you.
That last guy, I wish, he was way off base, of course. I think he was trying to poke and probe, and certainly being in favor of globalization, you have really very little grasp on the larger picture and what that really means. I'm sure with, the millennials, it's all kumbaya. We all live together in perfect harmony, get to share a Pepsi or whatever the fuck they, at any rate, thanks for stopping by. Hit the appropriate buttons, contribute if you can, and God bless you, and pray for me out there on the streets. I'm obviously going to need that. See you on the streets.